And hello again, dear ones. Reverend Robert Brzezinski with you. It is June 5th, 2020. And we've got another one of those situations going on in the world. It's really interesting. I'm constantly doing my own work. I'm constantly doing my own prayer work. You folks who've been here, you're with me. We're doing this work together. And some days it's really tough. It's tough when you can see the truth and the lies are just overwhelming. When the ignorance just becomes fathomable. I am not saying that properly. I am embroiled, and that's the only word I can think of, in so many conversations right now of white privilege, calling out the white privilege. And this program was not started to be some sort of social commentary. It was not started to be, it was never about having to educate the people. Yet that's where I find myself. So it's interesting. This program is about prayer. This program is about knowing the truth, revealing the truth, and allowing the truth to be revealed through us. And the way things are going, I sometimes question if I'm effective in what I'm doing or if I just need a break. Well, good thing is I'm taking a break. The regular watchers know this is coming. I'm taking a break. And a couple of dear friends of mine that you know, if you watch this program, Reverend Lisa Bear, who's with us every Wednesday morning and some other times, and Reverend Elzia Sekou, who is my co-host of our podcast, Ministers Talking Shit. And he and I have, tomorrow morning, we're publishing our next episode of that podcast, which looks at race relations, race-based hatred and prejudice in our country. Episode's called It Ain't Black and White, and it's the first of a two-part series because we couldn't get it all into a half an hour. But I'm tired. I'm tired of having to explain to white people why all lives matter is tone deaf right now. I'm really tired of explaining why phrases like "I don't see color" are incredibly hurtful to people of color. And I can't let it go by. I've been praying for this world that works for everyone. We've been praying for humanity to awaken to its spiritual magnificence, praying twice a day, every day, for the last 2+ months, for this healing to occur and to be able to see a world that works for everyone. And some days like today, it's really hard. It's really hard to not. Oh, I lost my stone. I didn't lose it. There's no lost in the mind of God. I dropped it. It's here somewhere. Oh well. I'll find it later. It's a great little quartz. It's some copper wire that a friend of mine gave me recently. So let's go beyond all of that. The humanness is the humanness, and I came in here tonight hot and heavy with my humanness. I lost a friend today. Then again, based on the conversation we've had over the last 3 days and over the last 4 years, don't know how much of a friend that really was. However, I lost touch with someone today. I lost the opportunity to share with them a perspective and a view It says, yes, we understand all lives matter. And yes, that is true. And in this moment, it is most especially true that we recognize that Black lives matter, because Black lives are in danger, more so than white lives. And any trumped up, excuse me, sorry for the literary, sorry for that. Any made up statistics aren't going to cut it. So I came in here with my humanness, and the idea is to move away from that humanness, away from the perception of the limitation and all that, and the discord and all that, and move into a place of knowing that there is truly only one. So I'm going to invite each one that's listening to close their, if you're comfortable with it, if you're safe with it, if you're feeling okay with it, close your eyes with me and allow yourself to breathe. Let the breath be your guide. I invite you to join in this experience of letting go of the hustle and the bustle of the day. Let go. Let go of everything it took to be in this moment. All the conversations, all the interactions, all the questions, all the wondering, all the maybe worry or suffering or whatever it is that went through, that you experienced this day. Just set all of that aside for a moment. If you want to pick it up later, it'll be right there waiting for you. And if not, that's fine. You can leave it here and we'll take care of it. And in that sacred, holy breath, I invite you to come and recognize the one. Recognize that power and presence and intelligence that is God's life expressing as all life. Recognize the one source, the one supply, the one never-ending wellspring of love and light and beauty, truth and health and wealth and well-being and abundance and prosperity. See, it's all God. It's all God. Every thought, every word, every idea, every furry creature, every creepy crawly creature, every blade of grass, every blooming flower, every raindrop, every rainbow, every tear, every cry and call for justice, every recognition of truth. It is all one. It is all God, and it is all happening right now on planet Earth and beyond. It is all happening right now through and as my life, through and as the consciousness that it becomes my life. And so I know that my life is absolutely perfect, whole, complete, nothing missing, nothing absent. And as I know that truth of my life, I know that truth of all life, I know that truth of each one that hears these words now or at another time, in another dimension, wherever it may be. On Starship Enterprise, on the International Space Station, wherever this vibration lands, wherever this vibration is felt, there is a recognition of the one that is happening. For the one is all about and everywhere present. And in this moment, I claim for each of us a deep experience of knowing that we individually, each one of us, brings forward a great vision of humanity's life on planet Earth, that each one of us is absolutely vital to what comes next. Each one is absolutely vital to the healing that is happening right now, and then the glorious expression of God's life that happens next. It is not about what happened in the past. It is not about what is going to happen. It is about the expression, the recognition, the consciousness of divinity that is happening right now, because that is what creates the next. There is no next until there is the now. So I claim for each one that hears these words a deep sense of saying yes to their own inner calling, yes to whatever it is that is moving your heart this day, saying yes to a world that works for everyone, a world where there is no such thing as race-based hatred, or violence, where there is no violence, where there is a sense of peace and understanding, where there is a sense of community and a new way of recognizing that deeply we are all one, that yes, all lives do matter, but in this exact moment, we must focus our attention that our Black brothers and sisters, our brothers and sisters of color, are in that place where right now we must affirm that their lives matter too. That we recognize that we honor that we speak that we amplify their voices, and we let there be no question how incredibly committed we each are to this belief, to this absolute truth that we are one. That we are one. We are one. We are one. There's no separation. There's no division. We are one. And I claim for each one here a deep sense of knowing that we're moving into that place of acting like that. I know everyone here on this call is doing that. You wouldn't be on this call if you weren't already in alignment with this word. If this was even questionable in your heart and mind, you wouldn't be here. You're here because you know the truth already. The truth is already within you. You are awakening to that truth. You've already awakened to it. You're expressing it. You're sharing it. We all are. And it is together that we create a mighty, mighty forest, a mighty vision of absolute prosperity. It is together that we create this absolute expression of oneness, wholeness on the planet, because that's what's happening. We're breaking down all the barriers, casting aside all of the crap that is not true, all of the old beliefs, all of the old systems, all of that is being cast asunder so we may create something new, something real, something true. A world that works for everyone, a world where, yes, all lives do matter, where we need not focus on one group or another, where they have been marginalized and systematically oppressed. No, all of that is dying. All of that is being cast back into the nothingness from whence it came. And from that nothingness, a new way is being born. It's being born in the streets of our cities right now. It's being born in the consciousness of our hearts right now. And whether we are marching or speaking or just being, each one of us is absolutely vital to this evolutionary process, absolutely vital to this grand healing and this grand revelation of oneness that is happening on the planet. For no lives matter if Black lives don't matter. And all lives only matter when Black lives matter too. And so I hear the preacher and I hear the prayer. Oh, and I sit in that sweet, independent, that sweet spot in between the two. That spot that says, I know that God's got this, and that spot that says, and this is what I desire. This is the truth as it reveals itself to me, and this is what I desire to see. A world that works for everyone, a world where Black lives matter too, a world where humanity has awakened to its spiritual magnificence, a world that works for everyone. And until I see that, I keep praying the prayer. I keep speaking the word. I keep claiming the truth. I keep allowing the divine, the oneness to reveal through my words, through my hands, through whatever. Because when I open my eyes, it's still all God. So it must still all be good. And so in this moment, I am grateful for the revelation that is occurring, grateful for the experience of this time together, grateful to know that there is this great and glorious vision revealing itself on planet Earth, but most especially grateful to know God's got this. There's nothing I need do, say, be, or become in order to experience this truth made manifest on the planet. I just need to give it up to God. Truly give it all up to God. Let go and let God be God. And so if any one word of this has resonated in any way, please join me in an affirmation of truth as we say together. And so it is. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. Thank you dear ones, so much for being with me. Let's do some shout outs. Ursula, always know you'll be here, dear one. And we've got an anonymous user, someone. I'll make sure that you get a link so that you can connect and show us who you are. Cindy, Suzanne, thank you. Life is good, people. It really is. Even when it may not seem that way, even we... Truth came out even if I didn't want to. Exactly. The truth speaks itself even if my humanness isn't really willing to. Thank you. I'm sorry that I'm not sure who you are. And I will find out when I go check out your comment on the page where you are commenting. The program I use, you have to approve it and all that kind of stuff. So thank you. I'll figure out who you are in just a little while here after the broadcast. All right, folks, I am so happy to be with you. This program is important. It is going on. It's Marcy. Hi, Marcy. Hi. And next week, my dear friends, Reverend Elzia Sekou and Reverend Lisa Bear are going to take over for me. I'm going to be here through Sunday morning, and then my family and I are slipping away and going radio silent. Maybe, we'll see. For the most part, and my two dear friends are going to pick up and swap back and forth and do some mornings and some evenings and make sure that this program continues, that this opportunity is here for you every day, 8:15 a.m. Mountain Time, 8:15 p.m. Mountain Time on all these Facebook channels and YouTube. We're happy that you're with us, and looking forward to sharing more and more prayers with you. So I'm going to get on into the next part of my evening. Again, thank you for being with us. Thank you for sticking around. I went a little over tonight. I love you. You are amazing. I'll be back in the morning, 8:15 Mountain. Till then, peace and blessings. Go be God.